These are the plaintiffs, Cynthia and Anthony Salter. They say they brought their car to the defendant's shop to fix an electrical problem. Were talked into installing a new alarm system, and now nothing works because they loused up everything. They're suing for $1,000, the amount they're owed. This is the defendant, Felipe Valencia. He says he was hired to install a remote starter, and that's just what he did. The electrical problem they were having was because they needed a new factory module, which cost big bucks, and they didn't want a spring for one. Now they're trying to blame all their car troubles on the work he did, and that's just about as underhanded as one can get. He's accused of shorting out a customer.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiffs just wanted the defendant to put an electrical system in their car, but the guy put an alarm in, and now everything is on the fritz. The defendant says he did what he was asked. It's the case of cause for alarm.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Cynthia and Anthony Salter, you are suing the car stereo alarm business. You've asked us not to use your name, being represented here by Mr. Valencia. You're the manager, and you have power of attorney by the owner, for $1,000, $350 of it, money that you want returned to you, and $650 of it for malicious conduct. Tell me what happened here.
My mother was having some problems with her car. The power locks, powered rear view mirrors, and the radio and interior lights were not working.
None of that was working?
None of it was
not
working.
Not the power locks, not the radio, and not the interior lights?
Correct. And so she asked me to take it to a mechanic to see what was wrong with it. I took it to two mechanics, and both of them said it was the module.
Okay. Did they give you anything in writing, those two mechanics? Okay, go on.
They just said they don't do that type of work, that I had to take.
And what's a module?
I have no idea.
What's
it's a type of fuse.
It's a module that goes on a dashboard. The module commands all the power locks.
It's a piece, it's a part called a module?
Yeah, it's, keyless entry module.
Okay, and what kind of car was this?
PT Cruiser.
Okay, what year?
2002.
Okay.
So they told me I would have to take it to someone who does electrical work.
Okay.
And that's when I took it to him. And when I told him what was wrong with the car, he said, it's the module. He said if I take it back to the company, to the corporation, that they was going to charge me a lot of money for this module.
Who's having this conversation with you?
Yes, me and him. We was having the conversation.
He himself.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
So he said that, let me do this. He said, let me put in another alarm system. And I said, well, will all this other stuff work with that? He said, yes. And he said, it will work.
That would magically make the other stuff work?
This is what he said.
Okay.
He said, if you put this alarm system in there.
And it's a different brand of alarm system?
Yes, another alarm system. So
okay.
He was talking about taking out the old one, put in the new one, and that all this other stuff, he would connect it and it would all work.
Okay.
So when I did that, I let him have the card, and I went up there and picked it up, and I found that all this other stuff was still not working.
Was anything working?
Just the alarm, the new alarm that he put in. And he said, well, I'm going to order the module. This is what he said. He said, I'm going to order it, and I'm going to give you a call. So I paid him. He said he was going to get it from the junkyard.
Junkyard, okay,
This
and then what
he
happens?
Said. So after 2 months went by, September 10th, we went up there, me and her. She said she wanted to go. And he said he still hasn't gotten the part yet. He's still looking for it, that I'm going to give you a call. I took off work. So we believed him, and then about 2 weeks later, matter of fact, a month later, and we went back up there. He said he almost had the part, and that,
Right, what's going on? Tell me what these fine. I take it you never got the part.
No.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
What happened here?
Right. When he came that morning in July 17, he asked me a question: if the remote start is going to work with the power locks.
Say it again.
That morning when he came,
Yeah,
Mr.
he asked you a
Salter
question.
came.
What was the question?
If he put a remote start in the car, the power locks is going to work. I'm saying, of course, if your car has a power locks, if I put a remote start, of course, it's going to work.
Yeah, but what's a remote start?
Remote start is, I put in his car a remote start alarm. Remote start is automatic start your car.
Okay, but they already had one of those. Are you just talking about the key that has a little thing?
PT Cruiser never has a remote start. You just got a factory keyless entry. What's the factory keyless entry? The factory keyless entry works.
Oh, you're talking about actually starting the car.
Exactly.
Oh, and did you have a remote start before you went in there to actually start the car? Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so according to you, he says to you, if I put in a remote start, will the power locks work?
Okay, and I'm saying yes. But I didn't know that his factory power locks are not working till I pull the car in the garage.
Well, if the guy told you if you put in a remote start where the power locks work, what did you think that meant?
Because it always works.
You thought it meant if I put in a remote start, will it affect my working power locks?
No.
That's what you thought he meant?
If I put a remote start in a car, the factory power locks is gonna work with the factory, with the aftermarket.
That it won't break it.
Exactly.
That it won't break it. Putting in a remote start won't break power factory locks.
He told me with the new remote start, aftermarket remote start, the power locks could work.
I have a question. The remote start starts with a key, right? That's how you do it. Do you have that key here?
No, I don't have it. May I
Do you
say
have your
something?
old key?
It's all at the house. The thing was,
I don't want a new. I'm asking you a question. You can't just interrupt me and start asking your other questions. My question to you is: does it now start with a new key that's a remote start?
yes,
Okay. You have something you didn't have going in. Okay. It didn't solve your problem.
Exactly.
But I guess what I'm having some difficulty is what you want is your money back plus a little punishment money, plus you get a free remote start.
actually,
We had asked him,
Good.
here's my records, that I went up there on 4 different occasions, okay? And he kept saying he was gonna order a module. Mind you, he never called my house. He didn't even
Okay,
have my phone.
and all that is a matter of politeness,
Right,
not a
okay.
matter of whether he has
Yes,
an
but
obligation to.
we've
What was
asked-
your plan with getting this junkyard module?
My plan, not my plan, I'm trying to help them.
And do what? Let's say you found it. Then what were you going to do?
Find the module, put it in, but they're supposed to pay for the module. My point is,
and that's the discrepancy. So you think that that's some big admission of guilt on his part. He's saying, no, I was just going to do more work. So why didn't you end up ever getting the module?
because I don't gonna, they thinking that I'm gonna pay for the module, because they say I'm promising to fix the problem with the power locks. Why I'm supposed to pay them a brand new module? I'm trying to help them finding in a junkyard. I usually want to put it in for free, but not paying for the module. Trying to serve good to my customers.
Okay, and did you end up having a confrontation with the mom at your store? Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
I don't know. I was working that day in the front desk, and she came. He started screaming, yelling at me. She screams in front of the store. I didn't do nothing. He just told me he's gonna take a lawyer with me, and that's it.
So if by putting one thing in the car, everything else goes wrong, is the repair shop still responsible?
The repair shop is responsible. If I'm paying you to fix one thing, I don't expect to get my car back with everything not working.
Sounds reasonable. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, all right. Now, here's what I got to figure out. It's real simple, okay? Oh, it's just not real simple. That's why I've had such difficulty. But when you get right down to it, I have to figure out what happened between your son and he. And you weren't there when that happened.
Well,
no, you weren't.
I
You
went
weren't
there on
when
4
that
different occasions.
You
That's
might have
what
been
I'm
there 4 different occasions later because you want your module, but you weren't there when
asked him
he
for the
brought the
money
car
back.
in. You were not there when he brought the car in, were you? Were you there when he brought the car in?
No.
Okay. And what I've got to try to figure out is whose fault is it? So if your son actually walked in there and said, what I want is a module, and he did not sell him a module, even though that's what would make sense, because he'd make more money that way, that's one case. All right? If your son walked in there and said, well, the power locks work if you put in a remote start, then that may be your son talking to a bunch of his friends, trying to figure out a cheaper way to fix your car, which came from the heart, okay? Or maybe not, because he uses the car, so it's his own self. I'm not sure, but you know, if he walks in and says, hey, I want a remote start, which is now something your car, by the way, has. Your car now can start remotely, all right, which it didn't start remotely before, and then says to him, will that fix the power locks? Will the power locks work? And then he says, yeah, the power locks will work. Then it's like a little miscommunication there, because he's not being informed that the power locks don't work now. He's just saying, well, no, that won't affect the power locks from working. Okay? And at the end of the day, here's where my problem lies. You guys are the plaintiffs, and the plaintiffs are the ones with the burden of proving the case. Okay? That means you have to prove to me that you walked in there, told them, I have a problem, I need a new module because this, and this doesn't work. And instead of selling you, which is their business, the more expensive repair, they sell you a remote start. You know what I think? I think you have a reason to be mad at your son. I think your son wanted a remote start, and I think the remote start, maybe in his mind he thought that might help your power locks, but it didn't. Either way, I have enough doubt that you are not proving your case to me by a preponderance
but you
of
didn't
the
let me
evidence. You
finish.
have to prove to me, if you want money back from them, that they did something wrong, and I'm not finding it. Verdict in this
Because I
case
asked
for the
them for the
defendant.
money back on several occasions, Your Honor.
Okay, if the repair shop knows or has reason to know that what the customer is asking for will cause a huge problem, they have a duty not to do it. That was not the case here.